My partner tried to force me into parenthood. Big mistake. From the very beginning, I had been clear. I don't do caregiving. Not anymore. Not after spending my entire childhood raising my siblings while the adults in my life partied, slept, or pretended I didn't exist. At 16, I made a promise to myself. I would never again be responsible for another living soul. Therapy helped. Boundaries helped. Choosing a child-free life helped. I even got permanent birth control to make sure no one, not even fate, could force me back into that role. For years, my life was calm, quiet, predictable. My partner and I had a system that worked. I earned the income, they managed the house on their good days, and on the bad days, I stepped in without complaint. Their chronic illness made life uneven, but manageable. We were a team, or so I thought. Then tragedy struck their family, a violent tragedy. 2 young relatives survived, but suddenly had no one. Social services needed a guardian fast. Instead of grieving or processing, my partner came home one evening and made a declaration that made my blood run cold. We need to take them. I said no. A firm, trauma-informed no. I explained my history again, the panic attacks, the nightmares, the shaking hands, the full-body flashbacks. I cannot live with kids. Not without breaking. But they didn't care. They kept repeating the word family, the word that felt like a bruise on my skin. The argument escalated until they finally threw an ultimatum in my face. Either we take them, or we're done. They expected begging, tears, a compromise. What they got instead was silence. Then, calm agreement. Okay, I said. You can pack your things tonight. I watched the realization hit them like ice water. They would lose the house, my inherited home. They would lose financial stability. They would be alone with 2 traumatized children they physically could not handle. Disability checks don't stretch far, especially when grief and therapy are involved. They tried to backtrack immediately, apologies, pleading, bargaining, but an ultimatum is a weapon. You don't get to fire it and then pretend the bullet didn't land. I filed within 48 hours. 2 weeks later, social services reviewed their medical records and decided they were unfit for guardianship. Extended relatives stepped in to take the kids. My ex moved out. The silence in my home feels like oxygen again. Sometimes, protecting your peace means walking away from someone who thought they could gamble with your trauma.